Hey gang, for your final project here, since we will not be able to complete this in class together, I'm going to have you draw up your final project, the Pegshelf or towel rack, in Onshape and create a 3D model of it. And this will represent your project design and be able to show me how this would have gone together. So I want to give you a quick run through of how to do this using Onshape. We've at this point only created sketches really, so we want to look at extrusions and some things that you can work on at home. So here I have your back design, or this is my back design, and I drew this in the front plane. So if you have been drawing in the top plane only, you could go in and move this to the front plane by simply copying sketch entities and pasting it. So real quickly, I'll just show you what that looks like. If you highlight everything you have in the plane and right click on it, you can hit copy sketch entities and then move into the front plane. So I already copied this before. Just close out of that. You could then create a new sketch and put this into the front plane. So remember, in order to show a plane, you can just click on the eyeball or select the front plane there, and then you would be able to right click and paste sketch entities, which I've already done. So that's just one quick way to do that. So let me get rid of that. Now I'm in the isometric view right now, so I'm going to go ahead and change it so I'm in the front plane. So this is my back piece design. I want to go ahead and extrude this, and to extrude, you're simply going to use the little icon that's next to the sketch button called extrude. So when I click on that, I'm going to select the sketch that I've just made, and you're going to choose the thickness or the depth. In this case, our back piece is 0.75, and then hit the green check mark. When you do that, if you look at an isometric view, you'll see our actual back piece here. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our side, our right side, and then our left side. So let me go ahead and move this into the right view, and I'll go ahead and hide my front and top plane, but I want to show my right plane here. I'm going to click sketch, and I'm going to go ahead and select the right plane. And now we're going to go ahead and design our side pieces. Now for this project, I usually give you a template, so you can go ahead and create whatever you want it to look like. Understand that it should line up with what you already created for your back design. So let me just go ahead and make a rectangle here. So here we have the width. We need to change that so it's 5 inches wide and 6 inches tall. And you can see it doesn't line up. We'll move that then so it does line up, and we can easily do that with the transform tool. So now that I have that, I'm going to go ahead and unselect my rectangle. I'm going to use the transform tool, which is found right here on the screen. Select everything that I want to move, and then to move something, you're simply going to click on the square here, and then you can move that into place. So you might have to play around with this a little bit. And you can see how it's not lining up perfect, but you'll be able to make those adjustments then. So let's just say that that's correct. We'll hit the green check mark just to keep things moving. And now I'm going to go ahead and design what my side piece would look like. For this project, I need to have at least 3/4 for the bottom, which I can go ahead and design here. So I'm going to use the offset tool to do that. You're going to change your distance so it's at 0.75. So there I'm hiding the end grain of my back piece. I'm then going to go ahead and add a few more offset lines in here just to give myself an idea of what I would like this to look like. So hit enter, change the dimension here. So I think I'm going to have something that starts to curve up and then comes out this way and then curves again. And we'll see what this looks like. Okay, so going further, we're going to get rid of the offset tool, and we'll begin to create our side piece design. So first thing I'm going to do is add in my arc here, or really I'm just going to create a fillet. And that seems to look pretty good to me. Now, I'm going to hit enter to lock that in, and then we're going to create another fillet here. This one we're going to change a little bit, and you can see when it's red, it means it's outside the limit, so we're going to change that so it stays within that limit that we can have there. And then we'll do another fillet up here. And again, you'll have to play around with what this will look like for your project. So there I have what looks like my side design. Might want to modify it a little bit, but at least gives me a good idea of where I want to start. Hit the green check mark and I'll lock that in. Now we have a lot of dimensions here, so when we go ahead and we're going to delete those dimensions. And then we'll go ahead and check mark this, so it's good to go. So from here we'll go ahead and change this into isometric view, or actually before we do that, let's go ahead and extrude. So there I'm extruding, I'm going to change this to isometric. And you'll notice that it's at the wrong location, so we'll have to modify the starting point. But that at least helps you to get started with your design, and that should help you then to create your top piece or design for the top. So hopefully you find this a little bit helpful to at least get started. Obviously, as you go, you'll have questions. But this will at least help you to understand what Onshape can do for you when you begin to work on those designs. Remember to look at the plans to know the thickness or the depth when you extrude. Everything should be 3/4, but just take a look at that in case you forget. Overall sizes of things, that's really important. And let me know if you have any questions. All right, thanks guys.